Welcome to another Monday Night Live. We're continuing parashat V'etchanan Shabbat Nachamu. So, a little review, right? We talked about how there's a pasuk in Tehillim that Havaya, builder of Jerusalem, is Havaya, the gathering of the exile, the leftover of the exiles shall gather. And then the same pasuk says, the healer of the broken heart, right? And so we learn, right? So we go through about the continuation of the Maamar, talking about in the Yalkut Yirmiyah that a lion comes in the time of a lion and destroys Ariel. This is obviously talking, as we talked about, Nebuchadnezzar, who came in the month of Av and destroyed Beit HaMikdash. And later it says the same thing in reverse, that will come a lion in the luck of a lion and rebuild Ariel. And this is Hashem who will come in the month of Av and rebuild it, and he turns the sadness into joy, right? And so that was Aleph and Bet. We continued and said, but we want to understand there's the concept of, in the Gemara, it says that this last house, this last Beit HaMikdash, is greater than even the first. And the Gemara there explains that it's talking about the second Beit HaMikdash, that even though, on the one hand, in the second Beit HaMikdash, there were 5 things lacking, right? In one way, it was higher in some ways than the first Beit HaMikdash. Why is that? Because it was bigger. The literal Beit HaMikdash was physically bigger, and it lasted longer, right? And it said, it was a fit, and it was a fit. And on the one hand, obviously, the revelation of godliness was more as it was in the second, right? Because we talked about the first Beit HaMikdash is like the first 2 letters of Hashem's 4-letter name, the Yud and the Hey, where you have a revelation from above. You have the miracles, you have the 2 Urim, versus the second Beit HaMikdash, it's like the Vav and the Hey, where it is below, right? But again, it says it's greater. And so the idea, right, we said the idea, what does it mean? That it comes from a higher source. Even though it goes down, it comes from a higher source. And in the world to come, in the future, we're going to get the third Beit HaMikdash that is even greater, right? That's the idea, that there it's going to be the name of Havaya that is above Ishtal Shilut. How do we know? Because it says the word Ve'yihiyeh, a Yud and a Hey and a Yud and a Hey, double Yud and a double Hey, and that's what it says. V'yeh binyan Beit HaMikdash, right? And it will be Gadol yeh kvod habayit hazeh acharon. Great yihiyeh, Yud and a Hey and a Yud and a Hey will be the honor of this last temple from the first. Why? Ki bonei Yerushalayim Havaya, because Hashem is the one who builds it, right? And so this we were talking about, that this is the level of Havaya that is above the order of constriction, right? And so again, this was the same concept we brought up, that it said to Avram, he never showed, Avram never knew the name of Havaya, right? Say to the Jewish people, I'm Havaya, meaning by the forefathers didn't get revelation. By Matan Torah, it was already revealed, but even the Havaya that was revealed by Matan Torah, it was only the lower level of Havaya. It was the Havaya of this world, right? We said in the future, we're going to get Havaya, name of Havaya de Le'ela, right? The higher level. And this is what it says, V'amar bayom hahu hine Elokeinu zeh, zeh Havaya kivinu lo. So it says zeh 2 times. Zeh is a revelation. We know, why do we know this? Because every prophet would prophesy with ko. Only Moshe Rabbeinu would prophesy with that, this. Every other prophet would say that, and Moshe Rabbeinu would say this, zeh. Right? And so, and this was a higher level. And this is the idea of revealing the name of Havaya. And so the fact that you have zeh 2 times, it's the idea of revealing the name of Havaya of above. And similar by the Beit HaMikdash. What does it say? On the one hand, it says, Mikdash Hashem ad Hashem, the temple of Hashem prepared your hands. Even though it's prepared by your hands, it's a vessel for revelation of the name of Havaya. So in the first temple, in the second temple, we were revealing the name of Havaya below, right? The Yud and the Hey and the Vav and the Hey, each temple, as we said. And especially the first temple was the Yud, the second temple was the Vav and the Hey. And this is why in the second temple, we're lacking 5 things, which is the supernal Hey, right? They were lacking. In the third temple, it's going to be Havaya De'ela, and this is grand Yihye, the honor of this last temple from the first, that even though there is a Mila in the first temple, and it is the word we said, what is the first temple? The first temple is the service of the tzaddikim. The Bchinat of the Yud and the Hey is the service of the tzaddikim. The second temple is the Bali Tshuva, right? The Vav and the Hey. They had to rebuild, they had to correct. The Jewish people had to do Tshuva. And the world, the Beit HaMikdash of the world to come is going to be even greater than both. Why? Kevan she'alav ne'emar bonei Yerushalayim Havaya, builder of Jerusalem, Havaya. Havaya del Ela. This is the Havaya that is above. All right. So now we're going to go back into the words. This was a review of what we learned last week. A quick summary. All right. So now we're going to bring back, what does this have to do with the one who heals the broken heart? All right. That seems to be unrelated to what we just to the other point. ועניין בזה כפי שמבאר מאמר ששבורי לב הם אותם שהם בבחינת לב נשבר ונדכה צוברחנקייט. That's the word. In the Maamar, the broken heart are those who have a broken heart. Zubrochenkait. Thank you. Zubrochenkait. Yeah, the Zubrochenkait. Okay. Shfelut v'mechut haruach. The lowness of the spirit. So you have this desire. There's this deep desire to be one with the infinite light. This desire, right? You have to always, when you serve Hashem, also have the desire to return. You can't only have the desire to be one with Hashem, you have to have desire of return as well. And this is why we have the second portion of Kriyat Shema, right? So the idea is the soul wants to go be with Hashem, right? But you have to go back and fulfill the shlichut that you have in this world. This is right. So this is what Yecheskel said. The supernal angels are called animals of holiness, and the animal in the life of it is ratzo, go out and return. That they have a desire to be nullified in godliness. This is the ratzo, and also a desire to go back and do their job. Right, and so this is the idea of the second portion of Kriyat Shema. What does it say? V'asafta deganecha. Suddenly, the second part of Kriyat Shema, it says, you gather your grain. Right? So what's the connection? The first parsha, you're told to love Hashem. Retzo, love. Do the mitzvot, right? What does the second part of Shema says? And now go collect your grain. So, but then remember to return. So, by the fact that the builder of Jerusalem is Havaya, so it will reveal the level of the name of Havaya that is above, down below. By doing this, he will heal the broken heart. Why? Because what is the broken heart? We said the broken heart is the Jew who cleaves. They want to be one with Hashem, but they can't. They feel that they're a yesh. We feel that we are physical, right? So it will be below. The broken heart of this will be below. Will be such a revelation of godliness that broken heart will be healed because Hashem rebuilt Jerusalem. Havaya. And we have to clear the healer of the broken heart. Rofeh. שמורה על עניין החולי, meaning a רופא is a healer, a doctor, which means that there's a sickness. על פי מה שכתב האריזה על הפסוק כל חולי גומר שחולה בגימטריה מ"ט. So the Arizal wrote in the pasuk, any sickness, the word chole is the gematria of mem tet, 49. Shunyan mem tet sharei bina. Sick is connected to the 49 gates of understanding. V'hainu shegam kasher mesig mem tet sharei bina. Even if you've managed, if you are a Talmid Chacham, you've learned so much, you've reached the 49th gate of understanding. All you're lacking is the 50th gate. This was the level of Moshe Rabbeinu. He was on the level of the 49th gate. כמאמר רז"ל 50 שערי בינה נבראו בעולם וכולם ניתנו למשה חסר אחד. 50 gates of wisdom, of understanding, were created in the world, and all were given to Moshe except one. שנאמר ותחסרהו מעט מאלוקים. Because it says that Hashem made him that he's a little bit less than Hashem. And only on the day of he passed away did Moshe Rabbeinu reach the 50th gate. So Moshe Rabbeinu was sick from the desire to cleave to Hashem. He really desired the 50th gate. So now we understand what's the idea of the healer of the broken heart. The doctor, the healer, he's going to heal the sick. How is it going to be healed? Through the 50th gate. As we found in Moshe Rabbeinu, he completed his service when he passed away. At that moment, right as he was completing his service, he merited the 50th gate. As is written, Vayal Moshe lahar Nevo. Where did Moshe go up to? He went to Har Nevo. Nun Bo. Nevo is the letter Nun, 50 in him. Har Nevo. שזהו שאמרו רז"ל במתן תורה, שזהו שאמרו רז"ל, נון בו. It's a mountain. Right, but if you read Nevo, Nun, שאמרו רז"ל, בחייהם אינם רואים, in their life don't see it, right? The tzaddikim don't see the honor of Hashem when they're alive. But when they pass away, then they can see the honor. And this will be in the world to come when the 50th gate will be revealed. As will be in the day when you come out of Egypt, I shall show you wonders. Nun plaot. Niflaot is 50 plaot, 50 wonders. Shunyam Gilu Sharanun, which is again the revelation of the 50th gate. Vezeo Bonei Yerushalayim Havaya. And now we go back. This is what we mean by the builder of Jerusalem is Havaya. Harofedish Borev, the one who heals the brokenhearted. Shaliyadei Bonei Yerushalayim Havaya, by the fact that we have the builder of Jerusalem Havaya, which Hashem will reveal the 50th gate, right? The highest level of the 50th gate of understanding. He will become the healer of the broken heart. And this will heal the sickness of the broken heart. Because there's a broken heart that even the greatest sage, even Moshe Rabbeinu, couldn't reach the 50th gate. He was lacking. There was a part that was lacking. The desire in godliness was not fulfilled. Hey, so we have to connect it to the haftarah of what we read in this Shabbat. This is the beginning of the 7 weeks of comfort. We're still in the 7 weeks of comfort right now. This week is also one of the weeks of comfort. וכמו שכתוב בעבוד רעם, שהמדרש בבורסל ההפטרות שבתחילת אומר הקדוש ברוך הוא לנביאים, נחמו נחמו על מי. ועל זה משיבה כנסת ישראל בהפטרת שבת לאחרי זה. ותאמר ציון עזבני השם. So we respond. The first parsha is like a Hashem talking to us. Have comfort my nation. And this week in the Haftarah, what do we respond? Vatomer Tzion azavani Hashem. And Zion shall say, Hashem left me. Right? This is this week's Haftarah. Right? Which is the first Haftarah. Right? I'm not comforted. The response to Hashem, to the prophet, say, have comfort is, I'm not comforted by the prophets. Hashem left us. ציון עזבני. וחוזרים הנביאים ואומרים לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא, ענייה סוערה לא נחמה. And the prophets go before Hashem and say that, let me translate that. Aniyah so'ara lo nuchama, which is from Nun Daled Av. So the idea is a ship that is in a storm cannot be comforted. It's like a ship in a storm, right? Meaning the comfort that we get told the Jewish people, nachamu, was not enough. They didn't feel comforted. And this, then what does Hashem do? Hashem say, Anochi, I, the supernal I, Anochi, a second time, Hu menachemchem. So, so we know, it's known thing that the prophets can reach the light of Atzilut, that is enclosed in the levels of Netzach Hod Yesod of Bria Yetzira Asiya. These are the levels they can reach. Only the shining of the light of Atzilut, the higher world of the four, as it is enclosed in the lower worlds, and only the lower sphere, Netzach Hod Yesod, not the higher ones of Bria Yetzira Asiya. And with this, even there's divisions of levels. The prophecy of Yeshaya is the Netzach and Hod of Bria. That's the level. Nevuat Yechezkel, he Netzach v'Hod Yetzira. Yechezkel goes even lower. It's Netzach Hod of Yetzira. Unevuat Zechariah, and Zechariah is Netzach and Hod of Asiya, of the lowest world. ורק נבואת משה רבנו שגדלה מלאתו על כל שאר הנביאים. Only the prophecy of Moshe Rabbeinu, whose prophecy is greater than all the other prophets, שכל הנביאים נתנגעו בכה, all the prophets prophesied with כה, that. מבחינת אספקלריה שאינה מאירה. This is like a light that doesn't shine exactly. Moshe nitnaveh bezeh, and Moshe prophesied with this. Right? Like a light that does shine, as we talked about in last week. So Moshe Rabbeinu's prophecy was from the levels of Netzach, Hod, and Yesod of Atzilut, of the highest world. And they were brought through a person who could transfer it, like a person who goes from place to place without delay, so he's not influenced by it. Meaning, even Moshe Rabbeinu, he couldn't fully enclose himself in Atzilut. He had to walk through it, bring it down, but he couldn't fully enclose himself in it. Really, he would bring it into the world of Bria. But even the prophecy of Moshe Rabbeinu is only the lower level of Havaya, the lower level of Hashem. And this is what the Jewish people said. They're not being comforted by the comfort of the prophets. The prophets are not doing enough to comfort. They cannot comfort us. Because even Moshe Rabbeinu was only the name of Havaya below, and we desire the revelation of the name of Havaya above, the true revelation of God as He is above. And Hashem accepts this and says, Anochi, Anochi u'menachemchem. I, the supernal the supernal I shall comfort you. היינו, שנוסף לנחמת הנביאים שהקדוש ברוך הוא אומר להם, nachamu, nachamu, ami, nechama kiflaim. So meaning, besides the fact, the comfort of the prophets, where Hashem tells them, comfort, comfort my nation. Double comfort. Yeah. Al yedei avodat tshuva, through the service of tshuva, right? She be'ofen kiflaim letushiyah, which is double. What does it mean, kiflaim letushiyah? The Baal Tshuva, on the one hand, the Baal Tshuva is very far away. The Baal Tshuva is very far away, right? On the one hand, the Baal Tshuva is very far away. On the other hand, the Baal Tshuva has double. His sins become like merits, right? As we explained, that right? So we said the Baal Tshuva is double. So there is the comfort by Hashem Himself. Shomer Anochi, Anochi u'menachemchem. He says, I, the supernal I, the supernal I is the one who will comfort you. This is the name of Havaya above. We have literally one paragraph. You don't want to finish? Okay, literally 2 minutes. And this is why it says Hashem, and he begged Havaya, Va'et Chanan Daika, specifically the word Va'et Chanan. Because through the level of tshuva, Moshe Rabbeinu was trying to do tshuva. He was saying, I was doing tshuva. He came to a higher level. No. That is a level of a gift, a free gift. Which is the idea of the revelation of Havaya above, right? Because again, Va'et Chanan means that Moshe was asking for a free gift. Va'et Chanan is talking about Hashem. Moshe is begging Hashem, give me a free gift. I don't deserve it. Please, give me this free gift. Meaning, it's a level you cannot even reach by yourself. V'ken tiyelanu, and so it should be for us. Even now, as we are already in the beginning of the 7 weeks of comfort. May we come out from the constricted exile to the wide redemption. And this way it should be the whole 7 weeks of comfort. Until from the 7 comforting weeks we enter the next year. And we merit to a good and sweet year for everything we need. With children, with life, with parnasa, all in a wide way. In this world, with this, we complete the Maamar. May we merit to experience the comfort that the Rebbe spoke on, and that we can have all of these mitzvot and all of this revelation, and that Hashem finally builds the Beit HaMikdash in Jerusalem and heals us. May it happen speedily, before next week's class, and before even this Shabbat's next parsha. Shkoach. Short class today since we finished.
Thank you.
Roll 2.
Thank you.